Okay, and we are back. And again, I'm recording this one now for Friday, and that would be February 4th. I didn't write it down on my notes. Friday, February 4th is when this video is going to be put up onto Facebook. We are continuing, finishing up the Gospel of John. We had gotten through the Gospel of John, and I got through the first few I am statements, got through the first four I am statements on the video from yesterday. And don't forget that the I am statements, ahia, ahia in Hebrew, that is connected, or that is similar to Yahweh, because it means I am, of course, and Yahweh means He is or He causes to exist. Both are derivative from the Hebrew word which means to exist or to be. So they are equally well used as a name for God, Yahweh or Ahia. I can't say it that well today. So anyway, that's where we're at with the I am statements, Ahia. So we got through the first four. We got through I am the bread of life. I am the light of the world. Let me flip my pages here. Just excuse me. I am the gate, and I am the good shepherd. We left off with the good shepherd. So Jesus is truly the good shepherd. So now we've got to the fifth I am statement. And here he says, this is found in John chapter 11. And this is the resurrection of Lazarus, and he's talking to Martha, and Martha says to him, I know that he will rise again, talking about Lazarus, in the resurrection on the last day. And in verse 25, Jesus says to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Those who believe in me, even though they die, will live, and everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this? And she said to him, Yes, Lord, I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, the one coming into the world. I am the resurrection and the light. Talked about he is the light of the world, but he is the resurrection. Remember, Jesus is most likely a Pharisee. He's not a Sadducee. The Pharisees believed in the resurrection. At the end of the world, you have the resurrection. And of course, we as Christians have adopted that. We are a derivative from the Pharisaic, if that's a fair word to use, movement. We all tie our origins, no matter what form of Christianity you would be today. We all have a common heritage in the Pharisee movement of the Pharisees, as much as we belittle or bemoan them or deride them. Deride, that's a better word. Deride them when we talk about the scripture. We definitely have roots in the Pharisees. And Jesus most likely was a Pharisee. It'd be hard to conceive of him not being a Pharisee because he believed in the resurrection. Certainly, most absolutely was not a Sadducee, because the Sadducees just believed that you went to Sheol and you just hung out there. There wasn't a resurrection. Again, when you go on the Mount of Olives over in Jerusalem, as you get ready to go into the city, on the Mount of Olives where Jesus would have been, there is the cemetery over there. And that, as you come to the gate, the cemetery there is where they believe that the resurrection will begin, when the resurrection comes, the final resurrection. And so you can still, if you've got enough cash, get yourself buried in that cemetery. There are graves there that go back to the time of Solomon. It's an amazing thing to see that, and to think of how ancient these graves are that are there on that hillside to this day. Some of them would have been there 1,000 years already when Jesus was there. They were already ancient at the time of Jesus, and those were the ones that he talked about, the stones. So he is the resurrection and the life. That is the fifth of the I am statements. Number 6, I am the way and the truth and the life. And this comes to us from John chapter 14. And Jesus says to them in verse 6, Jesus said to them, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. All right? Jesus is the only way to the Father. Let's see, does he say that again here? I didn't highlight this page. Doesn't say that again, but it's important to say that we have in verse 11, believe me that I am in the Father and the Father is in me. But if you do not believe, then believe me because the word of the works themselves. Do you not believe that I am in the Father? There he's got an I am statement there. I am in the Father and the Father is in me. That's in verse 10. So that verse 11 again, I am in the Father. So he is, it's a nature of Jesus. So that's really another I am statement in a way. But I am the way and the truth and the life. There is no other way to God except through the gate we talked about before of Christ. So I am statement. There is definitely crossover in the I am statements, as you may have very well already noted. Um, and again, then in chapter 15, he starts off verse 1, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He's the one that's pruning them to make the vines bear more fruit. Let's see here. And again, I apologize. I didn't realize I didn't highlight those last two pages about I am statements. Doesn't look like he repeats that one, so it's only stated once, but he definitely talks through all the way to verse 12 about this whole thing. You keep the commandments and abide in my love. That abiding in Jesus, you being connected to that true vine, gaining that life force through the sap of the truth, the love of Christ. That is a very important part of it. This is where we get our sustenance, back to the bread almost in a way. We have that sap that flows through the vine. And of course, the vine is used in Romans as well, where you're grafting in and out. And I think I talked about that. So that is this I am statements that we have in John's gospel. They are unique to John's gospel. We don't have them in the others. So that is one thing that I wanted to kind of highlight about that. John is a little more explicit in those ways. So that gets us to our finale of John's covering of John, the very last words to be spoken about John, all of which are very important. Again, please realize John is a wonderful gospel. It is really, really an amazing book. One that I would always recommend to a new believer. If you're only going to read one gospel, why would you only read one? I don't know. I can't answer that. I would suggest that John would be as good probably the best for a new believer to start off with. And I've many times recommended that. There is a video out there too, or that on YouTube that I could probably put a link to it if I can find it again, that basically goes through and reads the book of John, which is good for people that aren't particularly into reading, and I don't know why that people would not be, but some people don't really like to read. They'd rather watch a video on it. So that's out there. If I can find it, I'll put it as a link to this below this in the description to this video for you all. So with that, we will be moving on to Matthew's Gospel on Monday, and that will be Monday, February 7th, that we'll put that on. So with that, we're done with John. God bless. Have a blessed night. Please, please, please be a blessed day, because you're going to be watching this in the morning. I'm over here at about a little after 6 on a Wednesday night recording this. So have a blessed day, and please, please, please be a blessing to someone today. Please join us for Matthew, and also please, if you like and subscribe, and go and listen to some of the other videos on the playlist. You'll find a number of different books that we've dealt with, from the Psalms on down, from all the first and second Thessalonians, the Psalms, Acts, Luke, Galatians, 1st and 2nd Peter, James, and 1st John. So I am probably going to have to go back and revisit the 2nd and 3rd John, because I didn't do them yet. All right. Have a very blessed day, as I said. God bless, and see you later. Bye-bye.